Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Sylvana Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'll be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Dark Angels and Marcus's Orks. The story that we've got going on here today is that the Orks that this planet had been attacked by the Orks previously, and they thought that they had cleared out the infestation. But then, another 100 years goes by, and suddenly they're receiving emergency signals that apparently the orc infestation had not been cleared completely. They had regathered their strength from the fungi that they are, and and had put together a force, and were now ravaging through the city, through this planet here. It's a Speed Freaks army that has been just ravaging through the country, just continually going through as fast as they could to just destroy the human populace on this planet. So the Dark Angels were sent in to go clear it out, and they went with a strong, heavy Primaris army, as you will see in a bit. We are going to be playing the Ascension mission from Chapter Approved. What that is there are 3 objectives across the middle here, and 1 inside the building there. At the end of each of our turns, we score a victory point if we control that objective. If there's only 1 character within range of the objective, that character controls it. So basically, characters get objective secured in this mission as opposed to troops. And along with that, if a character controls the same objective for multiple turns in a row, they gain additional victory points for that. So they the first turn they score 1. If they score the same 1 the second turn, the same character, they score 2 victory points for that objective on that turn, and so on as it goes across. So that's the mission that we're going to be playing. It's basically just going to have us just like smashing each other in the face in the middle of the board, which should be interesting and fun. I'm actually going to be running with the new rules for the Dark Angels. I don't quite have the Codex in my hands right now, but I chose units that either got adjusted in Chapter Approved and ran with those models, or ones that I didn't think were going to have much of a change, which is why you don't see any Ravenwing down here. But I'm going to be using the stratagems and the warlord traits. I've actually my Primaris librarian, the Glacial librarian, is going to be my warlord. He is going to have the Shroud of Heroes, so he's going to be -1 to hit. He's also going to have the warlord trait Brilliant Strategist, so he gets a free reroll, and he gets to gain back command points when I spend a stratagem on a 5-up. And then I also spent a command point with the stratagem to give my Primaris lieutenant over here the Heaven's Fall Blade, which is basically strength power sword, replaces his power sword with a strength +2, AP -3, D3 damage weapon, and he also gets an additional attack in the fight phase. So I'm going to actually start us off here with a roll to see if I get that back on a 5-up. No, I don't get that back. So I am down to 8 command points, which is pretty sweet with the 2 battalions. Anyway, so that is the story, that is the mission, that is the parameters of what we are going to be fighting with here today. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Dark Angels, I'll be running 2 battalion detachments. Leading off the first detachment, we have a Primaris lieutenant with a power sword, we have a Primaris chaplain, and we have a Primaris librarian with a force sword. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads. We have a 5-man scout squad with bolters. We have 2 5-man reaver squads with grav shoots. We have a 10-man hellblaster squad. We have a 3-man inceptor squad with assault bolters. We have a Primaris ancient. And then for the second battalion, we have an interrogator chaplain with a power fist and a Primaris lieutenant with a mastercrafted auto bolt rifle. We have 3 5-man tactical squads, 1 with a meltagun and 2 with las cannons. We've got a Razorback with twin assault cannon. And last but not least, we have a Venerable Dreadnought with an assault cannon, fist, and heavy flamer. And for the Orks, he'll be running a Vanguard and an Outrider detachment. Leading off the Vanguard detachment, we have a big mech with a big choppa and a custom force field. We have a 20-boy squad with sluggas and choppas, and a knob with a power claw. We have a knob with a WAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA 3 Meganobs with dual kill saws. And we have 2 battle wagons with def rollers, 3 big shooters, and an ard case. Then for the Outrider detachment, we have Zad Snark da Rippa. We have 15 Storm Boys with sluggers and choppers, and a knob with a power claw. We have 2 7-man warbike squads, each with a knob with a power claw. And last but not least, we have 2 3-man def copter squads with copter rockets. Those are the armies going over deployment now. I've got a tactical squad with a las cannon up in this building here. I've got a intercessor squad there, followed closely with a Primaris chaplain. And I've got a Primaris lieutenant with a mastercrafted auto bolt rifle over here. I've got my Razorback. Inside the Razorback is the 5-man tactical squad with the melt-gun and the interrogator chaplain with a power fist. I've got my librarian over here. I've got my venerable dreadnought. I've got the 10-man Hellblaster squad and the ancient in the middle of them over there. We've got the other 5-man tactical squad with the las cannon inside of this building. We've got another 5-man intercessor squad back over here, along with my Primaris lieutenant with the Heavenfall blade. I've got a 5-man scout squad up there on the objective inside that building. And in reserves, I've got my 2 Reaver squads and my Inceptors. Going over deployment now for the Orks. We've got a 7-man bike squad over here. We've got a 7-man bike squad over here. We've got the Pain Boy. This is the Pain Boy over, in the middle, right in the middle there. We've got his, one of his battle wagons over here. Inside of there is going to be the Mega Knobs, as well as the knob with the WA banner. We've got his Big Mech with the custom force field. All these orc things. Custom force field over here. We've got his other his other battle wagon over here with the 20-man squad inside of them. The 20-man boys squad inside of it. We've got Zad Snark over here, who will be his warlord. These Storm Boys are actually inside the building over there, but he said they're not going to stay there long, so he's going to just, the ones in the front there are where they are, and everything else is going to be moving forward. In reserve, he's got his 2 Copta squads, and that is it. So that's the deployment for the Orks. As of right now, the Orks are actually going to be going first, unless I can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. No, don't get it. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Orks here on turn 1. All right, speed freaks living up to their name. Start zooming up the board. We got the Storm Boys running up here. Jenkins is in the front there, looking out the window, saw them coming. He's questioning the decision of High Command putting them out the middle of the board there. The trucks moved up over here, and so did all the characters moving with them over there. We've got all the bikes moved up over here. Nobody advanced. They all, anybody? Only the big mech advanced. Everyone else just moved up with their freakishly speedy ways, and his copters stayed in reserves. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase, because there's no psychers, right? Yeah, shooting phase. Starting up the shooting phase, his Storm Boys are going to fire into my scouts with their sluggers. So we got 15 shots, hitting on 5s. All right, not bad. Not bad for orky shooting. Strength 4, right? Yeah. So wounding on 4s, that's not great. So we got 1 wound. Looking for a 3-up save because they're in cover. And he makes it with a 4. Woo! All right, so now this squad here is going to fire their DACA guns into my intercessors over here. So we've got, get this, 42 shots from that 7-man squad. 6 shots from each guy. That's crazy. All right, hitting on 5s. We'll come back to you with that. And now they're strength 5, so wounding on 3s. All right. Whoa, that's really, really good. Oh, man, we'll come back to you with that. Okay, that was 14 wounds. Looking for 14 3-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that will be 3 dead intercessors. Now the Pain Boy is going to fire into that same squad over there. Hitting on 5s. Getting 1 hit. That's a wound. Looking for a 3-up. No, failed that. And now this truck here is going to fire into the intercessor squad. These are going to be hitting on 5s. All right, just got 2 hits. Wounding on strength 5, right? So yep. Wounding on 3s, got 1 wound. No AP, so looking for a 3-up. That's good with a 5. And now this bike squad is going to fire into my tactical squad up in the building over here. So these are going to be hitting on 5s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, wounding on 3s. All right. So we've got 3, 6, 7, 8 wounds there. So we've got 8 2-up saves because they're in cover over there. And I failed one of them. And now the other truck is going to fire into the intercessor squad here, hitting on 5s. All right. 2 wounds. Wounded on 3s. That's 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves. Make them both. So now Zadsnark's going to fire into that intercessor squad. Hitting on 5s. Got 1 hit. And that's a wound. And ooh, failed that. All right, that's it for shooting. On to the assault phase. This bike squad is going to charge into my intercessor and my chaplain over here. So we're going to start Overwatch with the chaplain. He's going to have his absolver pistol, which is going to be hitting on a 6. Nope, no hit there. And then I've got the intercessor is going to be firing with his bolt rifle. Rerolling 1s because of Grim Resolve, because he hasn't moved. Nope, no hits there. So that is looking for a 10-inch charge. No, not getting it, but here we go. He gets to re-roll. No, still doesn't make it. And now the Storm Boys are going to charge into my scouts over here. So we're going to have shooting with rapid fire with the bolters, hitting on 6s. Re-rolling 1s because of chapter tactics since they haven't moved. Nope, so we just got the 2 hits. Strength 4, toughness 4. So looking for 4s. Getting 2 wounds, AP nothing. 2 6-ups. No, so that is 2 dead. All right, so now their charge distance is totally in. All right, so now we're starting off the fight phase with the Storm Boys all attacking in here. So we've got, there's, 13 boys left in there, one of which is a knob. So we're going to have 36 regular attacks because they've got +1 attack, and then the knob gets +1 attack for his power claw. So the power claw is going to be the red ones. Everything's hitting on 3s except for the reds are hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so now wounding on 4s and 2s on the reds. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so 2 are just going to be dead because the power claw is AP -3. They're just squished. Then we've got 9 4-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3, just enough to wipe the squad, and that is First Blood. Triggers, no! And that is the end of the Orks turn 1 here. So they are going to, they score 1 point for First Blood. They scored 1 point for that objective, 1 point for that objective, and 1 point for that objective, putting them at 4 points right now. So we do have 1 leadership test to take. My intercessor squad over here lost 4 guys, but they are within 6 inches of my Primaris chaplain there, so they get to use his leadership instead, which is a 9. So 4 plus 6 is 10. Getting to reroll because of And They Shall Know No Rules. And 1, so they are good to go. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 1. These guys moved up, my intercessors and Primaris Lieutenant with the Heaven Fall Blade moved up. We got our the tactical squad here stood still. Hellblasters and Ancient stood still back here. My Librarian and my Dreadnought both moved up. My Razorback moved up. In dropped my Inceptors and my Chaplain, and the lone intercessor over here stood over here, and the Primaris Lieutenant moved back over this way. I've got my tactical squad still up in here. Squad of Reavers dropped in back over there 9 inches away. Squad of Reavers dropped in 9 inches away over there. And that is it for the movement phase. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. Start with the psychic phase. I am going to cast Mind Wipe onto Zadsnark over there. So what's going to happen is he needs a warp charge of 7. Getting it with 7. So now, because it passed, we both roll a d6. Then we add our respective leaderships to it. And then if mine's higher, he loses a weapon skill, ballistic skill, and leadership for the rest of the game. So rolling off. 5, and I think what's your leadership? 8. I think I've got a 9. Ooh, 1 second. And his leadership is 9 versus his leadership of 8, so that means that he is now mind wiped. So his ballistic skill, weapon skill, and leadership are reduced by 1. Pretty brutal. And now he is going to cast Trephination. The closest is going to be his battle wagon there. So, looking for a 7 to go off. Does not. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. So it does go off. Do I get back that command point? Nope, I do not. So it does go off. So now we roll 2d6. Looking for it to... he's got a leadership of 7, right? So 2d6. 4. So he's fine. All right, starting off the shooting phase, we're going to start with my Hellblasters here. They are going to fire into his truck over there. So I'm going to supercharge them. I'm also going to give them spend the command point to give them weapons of the Dark Age, which gives them +1 damage to their plasma weapon. So let's see. So it's 1 command point. Let's see if I get it back. I do not. So now we're going to start firing. 7 of these, all but 3 of them are in rapid fire range of him at 15 inches. So we've got to do it one at a time because they've supercharged to see if they explode. So we're going to have 2 shots each, hitting for the first 7 guys. So hitting on 3s. All right, that's not a hit, but doesn't explode. That one is a hit. 2 more hits. 2 more hits. 2 more hits. 1 more hit, but doesn't explode. 1 more hit, doesn't explode. 1 more hit would explode, except I get to reroll 1s because of Grim Resolve since they didn't move into a hit. And then the last 3 are going to be just hitting on 3s. And not explode, but another hit. So that's, yeah, a lot of hits. These are now going to be Strength 8 because I supercharged them. And they're going to be AP -4 because of their plasma incinerators. And they're going to be doing 3 damage each because of weapons of the Dark Age. So these are going to be Strength 8, Toughness 8. So looking for 4s to wound. All right. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 wounds. AP -4. So he's going to have his invul save because of the big mech with the custom force field. So these are 4 ups?
5 ups.
5 ups. So he makes 2 of them. So we've got 7 wounds at 3 apiece. That's 21 wounds. So he did, right? Does he? Yeah, he did. Does he explode? He does not explode. So we'll get the boys out of there, and then we'll come back to you with that. All right, and that's where the orcs and the boys ended up, and he lost 2 guys in the I guess not explosion where it just fell apart. So I don't know, they tripped on their way out and then died. So now we're gonna move on to my venerable dreadnought, who's gonna fire into them. We're gonna start with the heavy flamer. So D6 hits, 5 hits. These are strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. We got 4 wounds, AP -1.
Force field.
Force field. So it makes 2 of them, so 2 more are dead. And now the assault cannon firing in there, hitting on 3s because he moved. All right, oh, all hits. Looking for 3s to wound. Failing 1. So we got 5 more wounds, AP -1, 4 up invul save. Making all but 1. It's a 5 up, so he failed 2. Now these Reavers here are going to fire into his Storm Boys. So we've got 5, missed one there. 5 shots hitting on 3s. They did move. Ooh, those are all 2s anyway. Strength 4 wounded on 4s. No wound. And now the Intercessors are going to fire in there. So they are in rapid fire range, hitting on 3s. All right, they did move, so they don't get to reroll those 1s. And now these are going to be wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of that lieutenant, thankfully, because that would have been brutal. Still not great, but so we got 5 at AP -1. So this is 5 6-ups, right?
Yep.
Makes 1 of them, so 4 are dead. And now the Primaris Lieutenant's going to fire his bolt pistol. That's a hit. That is not a wound. Now this squad of of tactical marines are going to fire. Last cannon's going to fire into the truck. Everything else is going to fire into the storm boys. So we're going to start with the last cannon, hitting on a 3. All right, that's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That's not a wound. All right, so one guy's in rapid fire range and the sergeant is in range. So we're going to fire over here with 5 shots, hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because they didn't move. All right, so we got all but 1 hit. Wounding on 4s. Oh, okay. Oh boy. The Primaris Ancient over here is going to fire into the Storm Boys, hitting on 3. No hit there. And now this tactical squad here is going to fire. Last cannon into the truck. Bolters into the bikers over there. So we're going to start with the last cannon into the truck. Rerolling 1s because they didn't move. That's a hit. That is a wound. AP -3, 4 up invul. He's good. 5 up invul, and he's good. And then the bolters are going to fire into the bikers there. 3 of them are in range. That's all hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds. No, failed. And 6 up because of the pain boy. Oh, makes 1 of them. And now my Inceptors are going to fire into the biker squad over there. So we've got 18 shots between them because they've got the assault bolters. 3 shots each, which is pretty brutal. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. They did move, so they don't get to reroll those 1s. All right. Strength 5, so wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant there. Whoa! Bouncing off my own guy. That's not great. That was a 4 or something. All right, so we've got 6 wounds over here. AP -1. So 6 5-ups. All right, so making 3 of them, and then 6 ups, making another 1 of them. So another 1 guy dies, and then 1 takes another wound. All right, now the Absolver pistol is going to fire in there, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. That is a wound. AP -1. Failed. 6 up. Failed. So that's another guy dead. All right, now the sergeant from the intercessors are going to fire over there. 2 shots. He did move, so he doesn't get to re-roll that. That is not a wound. And now the lieutenant's going to fire. That is 2 hits. That is no wounds, but he gets to re-roll 1s because of himself. That is a wound. AP nothing. And he's good. Now my Reavers back there are going to fire into the boys. They did move, so it's 3 hits. That is 3 wounds. AP -1. 5 ups against 1 of them. Oh no, 4 up. No, 5 up. Yeah, 5 up invul. So he makes 1 of them. So 2 of them are dead. And now my Razorback is going to twin assault cannon into the far squad over there. So we got 12 shots hitting on 4s because he moved. Not. All right. These are strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Getting 4 wounds, AP -1. So he makes fails 3 of them, 6 ups. No, another 3 wounds. All right, and that's it for the shooting phase. On to the assault phase. We're going to start off with my intercessors charging into his storm boys over here. They are going to fire Overwatch. So we've got hitting on 6s, getting 3 hits, pretty good. That is 1 wound and 1 save. Their charge distance, yeah, it's totally in. And now my lieutenant's going to charge in, and he's totally in. And now my Reavers are going to charge in. They need a 9-inch charge. I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that one. Yeah, and he gets it in. Woo! And a 5 up, I get that command point back. No, I do not. And now my Dreadnought's going to charge into his boys. Getting 2 hits. No wounds there. His charge distance is totally in. And now my Inceptors are going to charge into his bikers over here. So their attacks are going to be here. We've got 4 guys left in that squad that are going to have 6 attacks each. So that's going to be 24 shots that's going to be coming in this way. These are going to be hitting on 6s. All right, looks like we've got, wow, actually a fair amount. That's not bad. All right, and now these are strength 5, right? So wounding on 4s because they've got Gravis armor. So we've got 4 wounds there. 4 3-ups. And I failed one of them. Their charge distance, looking for 9 inches. Whoa! Oh! No! I failed it by what? All right, so starting off the fight phase, we're gonna start with my Reavers over here. They're gonna attack. They've got 2 attacks base each, plus 1 for their combat blades, and the Sergeant has an additional attack. So that's looking at 16 attacks coming in from them, hitting on 3s. All right. These are now going to be wounding on toughness 4, right? So wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant over there, thankfully. I wish I could do it again. All right, so we've got 3 6 wounds. 6 5-ups, right? All right, 6 5-ups. Makes 2 of them, so 4 are dead. They're actually 6-ups, so only 1 passes, so 5 are dead. All right, so my opponent is going to spend 2 command points to interrupt here and have his Storm Boys attack in. So we're going to go with the Claw and the one guy into my Reavers over here. The black is the Claw, so these are hitting on 3s and 4s. All right, pretty good. Wounding on 2s and 4s. Okay, so go. What's up? He's going to spend a command point to reroll that. All right, so that is going to be 2 at AP minus 3, right?
Yep.
So that's going to be 2 6-ups. Show me them fill faces. No, not getting any fill faces. So that's going to be 1 at a time. Ooh, and then it's just going to kill one of them.
Yeah.
And then the other one is a AP nothing, right? So 3-up. He's good with that one. And now we're going to have 3 into my lieutenant and 3 into the intercessors over here. So the red, the bigger red ones with the white pips are going to be into the lieutenant. Hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4s. Got 2 into the intercessors. 3-ups. And it makes them both. All right, so now my lieutenant is going to activate. He's got 4 attacks base. He gets +1 because of the Heavenfall Blade. These are now going to be hitting on 2s. Oh, not great. So 2 hits. Strength +2, so these are going to be wounding on 3s. Wow. But he's a lieutenant, so he gets to reroll. Oh. 1 wound at AP minus 2, so I think just one of them is dead. All right, so now the intercessors are going to attack in. 2 attacks each. Sergeant has an extra attack, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wow, not great. Wow, really not great. Wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So that's 3 wounds, 3 6-ups. No, failed them, and that is the squad wiped. Actually, the Knob would have 1 wound left, but my opponent has said he's not going to be surrendered the 2 command points, so he just decided to remove him there because leadership, he was impossible for him to pass. Now onto my Venerable Dreadnought, hitting on 2s. All hits, wounding on 2s. That is 4 dead orcs. Oh no, they got their invul save. I forgot about that. So they got 5-up invuls. Makes 1 of them, so that is 3 dead orcs instead. Oh, we lied. It was actually ranged, so that they don't get that. So that is 4 dead orcs. And now he is going to activate his boys over here. So we got 21 regular attacks, and the red are going to be the power claws. Oh man, dice, throwing your dice everywhere. Let's just do it over here so this is roll. What a mess. Am I right? Hitting on 3s and 4s. Okay. Wow. Oh, you got 2 misses? Seriously? Oh, don't nod your head like you. That was impressive. That's what I get for mocking him, I guess. Wounding on strength 4, right? So, yeah, 5s and 3s. So we'll come back to you with that. All right, so I've got 3 6-ups and then 6 regular saves. We'll do the 6-ups first. Show me them fill versus. Hey, getting 1 of them. So that's going to be 2 D3, right?
Yep.
So, 3, 4, 5 so far. And then I've got 6 3-ups. Oh, then the fill faces are coming up, and I failed 1 of them. So here's the thing. So that's 6 wounds, right? So I've got Venerable save, or ignoring wounds on a 6-up. Show me them fill faces again. Making 2 of those, so he takes 4 wounds. All right, so that's it for the fight phase. On to the morale phase. These guys lost 3 3+. 1. They're good to go. And then these boys lost how many? They lost 12. They've got 4. They've got 8 left. So yes, they lost 12.
I'm going to use the war bosses thing, but I don't know what it is.
All right, 1 second with that one. All right, so and for them, he's going to use the war bosses rule, where he's just going to give them D3 mortal wounds, giving them 1 mortal wound, which is good. He just loses 1 boy there, and they're good to go. So that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here on turn 1. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Orks on turn 2. All right, so I only score 1 point for over here on grabbing this objective, and I've actually got it with the Primaris Lieutenant, which is good because that's a character looking into next turn. But over here, because those boys didn't run away, they are contesting it from me getting it here, and obviously over here I do not have it. So that is it for my turn here. So now we'll come back to you with the movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Orks here on turn 2. Zad Snark's moving over this way, kind of sticking himself around. These guys stayed in combat with my Dreadnought. What are these? The Mega Knobs disembarked, as well as the knob with the WAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA biker squad moved up over this way. His smaller biker squad moved up over this way, and the Pain Boy, right? Pain Boy on a bike moved up over this way, and at the end of the movement phase, these guys dropped in over there. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so his truck is going to start us off here by shooting everything into the Inceptor squad there. These are going to be hitting on 5s, right?
Yep.
So 1 hit. That is a wound. 3-up save. And he's good with a 3. And now this bike squad, the full bike squad, is going to fire into the Inceptors, hitting on 42 shots, hitting on 5s. We'll come back to you with that. And now wounding on 4s because they're toughness 5 because of Gravis armor. All right, so we got 4 wounds. 4 3-up saves, and I failed 2 of them. Pain Boy is firing into the Inceptors. So we got 3 hits, not bad. Wounding on 4s, that's 3 wounds. 3 3-up saves, makes them all woo.
15.
And now this squad over here is going to fire into the Inceptors. So we've got 4 guys left there with 6 shots each. So we have 24 attacks, hitting on 5s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, wounding on 4s. We got 1 wound, 3-up save, and he's good with a fell face.
These are rockets.
All right, this squad here is going to fire its rockets into the intercessors. So these are going to be hitting on 5s. All right, so we got 3 hits, strength
8.
Strength 8, so wounding on 2s. We got 3 wounds, AP
-2.
AP -2, so we got 3 5-ups. Make 1 of them. What's the damage?
3 damage apiece.
3 damage apiece, so that's 2 dead intercessors. And now this squad's gonna fire into the intercessors with the same thing, hitting on 5s. It's got 3 hits, 3 wounds, and 3 5-ups! Woo! All right, Zadsnark is going to fire into my tactical squad over here, hitting on 6s because of Mind Wipe, getting 1 hit. That is not a wound though. All right, so now these boys are going to fire their pistols into my Dreadnought over here, hitting on 5s. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. That is a 3-up save. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. So on to the assault phase. His battle wagon here is going to charge in, or truck, what is it, battle wagon?
Battle wagon.
Battle wagon is going to charge into my Razorback and my Librarian there. So we're going to start with Overwatch from the Razorback. 12 shots, hitting on 6s. Ooh, we got a couple there. Strength 6, looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP -1. It fails it, so he takes a wound. And then we've got, why not, a crack grenade from the Glacial Librarian over there. Whoa, nope, that is not a hit. His charge distance, 3 inches. I think that might get him into the Razorback, but I don't think it's getting him into the Librarian over here. Now the Wall Banner is going to charge into the Razorback. Oh, look, he is totally in. Big Mech's going to charge in over here. Getting it with 10. And now the Megadons are going to charge in. Getting it with 8. All right, so Zadsnark now is going to charge into my Dreadnought. He's also going to charge into my Reavers, and he's going to declare charge into the Intercessors. So he's hedging his bets a bit over there. So we're going to go with the Overwatch over here. We're going to start with the Intercessors. The 3 of them left on 6s. Nope, nothing there. And then we've got 4 shots from the Reavers. Thank you, sir. Nope, nothing there either. So his charge distance is 7 inches. This chopper squad is going to charge into the Reavers and the Intercessors. I am going to fire Overwatch with the Intercessors. Getting 1 hit. That is a wound. AP -1. Nope, that goes through, so that's 1 wound onto one of the choppers, and then their charge distance is totally in. And now these guys are going to charge into the Reavers. Oh, I don't think that's enough to get him in. All right, so now this bike here bike squad's going to charge into everybody over here. So we're going to start with the Inceptors, hitting on 6s, getting 3 hits, wounding on 4s, getting 1 wound. That is not a save. 6 up, 6 up, ignoring, and still not good. Absolver Pistol. That's a hit. That is not a wound. Intercessor. No hits. And then Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle. No hits there. Now his charge distance is totally in. Pain Boy's charging in over here. And he's totally in. And then this 4-man squad is going to charge in over here. And they are totally in. All right, we're going to start the fight phase with Zad Snark over here attacking into the Reavers. So he's going to have, how many attacks is it again? 6 attacks, hitting on 3s because I mind wiped him. So that is a couple of misses that wouldn't have happened. So that is 3 hits. Strength, wounding on, because you got that power claw thingy, right? So it's 2 wounds there. AP.
-4.
Oh, -4. So that is dead. So we'll do 1 at a time here. D3. Dead, and no, not dead. All right, now his choppers, copters, sorry, death copters here are going to attack into my Reavers. So 2d3 each. So we've got that was a 3. Yeah, well, it worked out anyway. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 attacks. All right, so hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. And wounding on 3s with strength 5. So that is 3, 6, 7 wounds. 2, 4, 7. And AP, anything? No AP. So 3 ups. Failing 2 of them. All right, so I'm going to spend 2 command points to activate my my chaplain over there. Let's see if I get that back on a 5 up. Hey, I do with a fill phase. I get 1 of my command points back. I'll take that. All right, so now my chaplain is going to attack into the 4-man bike squad there. I've got 4 attacks. These are going to be hitting on 2s. All right, all hits. Strength +1, so strength 5, wounding on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. Oh. So that is 2 wounds at AP -1. Or 2 wounds at AP -1. Those both go through. So they are going to be 2 wounds apiece. So that is 2 dead bikers. Okay. All right, so we still got the Pain Boy save here. So the first one will kill one of them, and then the next one will kill the next one. And now the Pain Boy is going to attack into my chaplain over here. 4 attacks hitting on 4s. So 1 hit. That is a wound. 4 up Rosaria save. No, I am going to D3 wounds?
Yep.
No, I'm going to let that go. 3 wounds, of course it is. All right, so now he's going to activate the 4-man squad here. We're going to get the guy with the power claw is going to go into my chaplain. The other guy over there is going to go into the Inceptor. The blacks are the power claws. 3s and 4s. All right. Wounding on was it 2s and 5s. 5s. Yeah. So that's perfect. Or 2s and 4s. Oh no, 5s. Yep. Strength 4. So that's onto the Inceptor. That's 2 3-up saves. Failed 1, and then onto the chaplain. He's gonna have a 4-up Rosaria save. He's good with a fill phase. Woo!
And white is back.
Now the big bike squad is going to attack. So 4 of them are going to attack into my Inceptor. The guy with the power claw is going to go into my Chaplain, and then the other 2 are going to go into my Lieutenant. Black is going into the black is going into my Inceptor. Red's going into the Lieutenant. White is going into the Chaplain. Hitting on 3s and 4s. We'll come back to you with that.
On red.
All right, so now the white's going to be wounding on 2s. Blacks are going to be wounding on 5s, and then reds are going to be wounding on 4s. All right, we'll come back to that.
Lieutenant.
All right, so we're going to go with the Lieutenant save first. 3 up. He's good. Then we've got 5 for the Inceptor over there. Looking for 3 ups. Failed 3. He did. And then 2 into the Chaplain. 4 up invul saves. He makes 1. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Into another 4. He's good. Woo! And let's see if I get it back. No, I don't. And now the Meganauts are going to attack into my Razorback here. They're going to be hitting on 3s because of the WA banner over there. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good. Strength
10.
Strength 10, so looking for 3s to wound. That's going to be 6 wounds there.
-4.
6, whoa, -4. Yeah, those go right through.
2 damage apiece.
2 damage apiece, so that's 12. It is dead. Does it explode? It does not, so we'll come back to you. All right, so I disembarked my interrogated chaplain back over this way, and I disembarked him up over this way, and that's all I can fit over there. So only one guy gets to disembark. The others are dead because of the way he has surrounded me over here. And now I'm going to roll to see if he dies. Nope. And does he die? No. Oh, thank God. And now this squad's going to attack into the Dreadnought here. Blacks are the Power Claw. Hitting on 3s and 4s. All right. And now these are going to be wounding on 5s. So we got 3. So it's 6 wounds there. 6 3-ups. Fail 3 of them. 3 6-ups. Make 1, gets cocked. Make 1 of them, so lose another 2 wounds. And now my Dreadnought's gonna attack back. 4 hits. 4 squishes. My Intercessor over here is gonna attack back. That's 1 hit. Rerolling because of the Chaplain. Still only 1 hit. That is a wound. Regular save. No, fail it. 6 up. Oh, but he makes that one. Lieutenant's going to attack into the 2-man squad over there. Rerolling because of the chap. Okay. Getting 1 wound. Failed it. 6 up. Failed it. Reavers are going to attack into the copters over here. All right. Those 2s are not helpful. So that is, what's the toughness 5? So that's going to be 1 wound. He's good. And now my Inceptors are going to attack in. Intercessors, I'm sorry. Rerolling 1s. Okay, 1 wound. Oh, failed that one. And then I'm going to spend 3 command points for Honor the Chapter to get my Chaplain to attack a 2nd time now in this fight phase. It's 3 command points, but can I get it back with one of them back with a 5 or a 6? Yeah, with a 5, giving me 1 command point left. And he's going to attack into the Pain Boy, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. That's 4 hits. Toughness 5, so wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds, AP -1. Both go through, so that's 2 wounds apiece. That's 4 wounds, 6 up because of himself. Oh, well done. So he takes 2 wounds. All right, that's it for the fight phase here. So morale phase, I've got lost 4 guys over there. 4 plus 3 is 7. He is good. And then over here they lost 4 guys. 4 plus 6 is not good.
Yeah.
So they will be losing 10. What's their leadership? Is it 7 or less?
It is 7 or less.
Okay, so then
spend a command point to reroll that.
He's going to spend a command point to reroll that into a 3. So 4 is 7. So they are good at 7. All right. All right, and he scores 1 point for having the middle objective, and that is it for the Orks turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you with the Dark Angel's turn on turn 2. Movement phase. These guys stayed in combat over here. This tactical squad stayed still. this Hellblaster squad stood still. My librarian and my interrogator chaplain moved up into the thick of things over here. My Venerable Dreadnought stayed in combat over there. Over here, these guys all stayed in combat, and then the tactical squad stayed up in the building and stood still. So that is it for the and the Reavers moved up to the edge there. So up to the edge of the 12 inches, so he's still in the deployment zone. And that is it for the movement phase, so we'll come back to you with the psychic phase. Start with the psychic phase. My librarian's going to cast Trephination onto his Big Mac there. So he's the closest one. Does not go off. And now I'm just going to smite him. Going off with an 8. 1 mortal wound. Alright, so now into the shooting phase. My Hellblasters are going to fire in here. I'm going to spend the command point to give them weapons of the Dark Age. Let's see if I get it back. No, I do not. So that's my last command point. These are now going to be wounding or hitting over here on 3s. They're going to supercharge. I don't know why I took all of them at the same time, since they have to do it twice the time. So they're going to be hitting on 3s. They did not move, so that's not a hit, but re-rolling 1s. That's a hit. That's a hit. Re-rolling 1s. Thank you, Grim Resolve. Thank you, Grim Resolve. Oh no! So 1 will be dead. 2 hits. 2 hits. Re-rolling 1s. Oh, that's 2. 2 hits. Re-rolling 1s. Really? 3? Oh my god. Oh. Oh, and those are 2 misses. Alright, so that's 3 that are going to be dead. These are all hits. Strength 8, so wounding on 4s. Oh boy. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 wounds. 5 ups. Oh, nope, failed them all. So that's going to be 3 damage apiece. So that's going to be 18 damage. He is dead. Does he explode? He does not. And now the banner. See if they get to shoot on 4 up. So 1 does get to shoot again, as though it's the shooting phase. So he's going to shoot into the Big Mech down there. So supercharged. 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. That one's cocked. Makes 1 of them, so he takes 3 damage. So down to 1 wound. All right, Melted Bro is going to fire into him, hitting on a 3. No, that's not a hit. All right, Last Cannon Bro is going to fire into his Mega Knobs there. That is a hit. That is not a wound, and nope, he's not around. Same thing for this Last Cannon Bro is going to fire. That is not a hit, but they didn't move, so re-rolling 1s. Thank you, Grim Resolve. All right, Absolver Pistol here is going to fire into the 2-man squad there. That is a hit. That is not a wound. He's going to hit his pistol into the 2-man squad. That's a hit. That is a wound. That is a save. And then he's going to do the same thing. That's a hit. That is not a wound. Reavers are going to fire into them over there. Get 1 hit. They didn't move in their movement phase, so they get to re-roll those. All right. So that is 1 wound. AP minus 1. Ooh, that's good. So now the intercessors. Re-rolling the 1. Those are 2 wounds. Oh no, strength. Yeah, this is the 1 wound. So it's 1 wound, and he's good with his save. And my librarian's gonna bolt pistol into the Big Mech over there. That's a hit. That is a wound. That is not a save.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. That's it for shooting. So now into assault phase. My interrogator chaplain is gonna charge into the Mega Knobs. They don't have any shooting, right? So his charge distance is 7. He's in. And now my librarian's going to do the same thing. Getting it in. Boop. And the lieutenant's going to charge into the copters, and he's in. All right, we're going to start out with my interrogator chaplain here. He's going to be attacking into the Mega Knobs. He's got 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s, because he's usually 2, but he's hitting with a power fist. So 3s, re-rolling 1s, because rerolls happened before. Yeah, don't get to reroll that 2 because that would have been a hit. So it's 2 hits. Strength 8, toughness 4, toughness 5. So looking for 3s to wound. Gotten 2 wounds. AP minus 3.
5 ups.
2 5-ups. No, failed them both. So D3 damage, 2 damage, and then 2 damage. Yeah, they are toughness 4, but it still worked out fine. So now my librarian's going to attack into them. 3 attacks. Those are all hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds. There's no lieutenant around there. So that's 2 wounds. AP minus 3. No, both go through. D3 damage each. So 1 on the first one, and 3 on the next one. So that is another guy dead. And now my lieutenant over here gets to fight in. So he's got 5 attacks because of the Heavenfall Blade. That is 4 hits. Strength plus 2, so wounding on 3. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Okay, not again though. So that's 3 wounds at AP minus 3. No, those all go through. These are D3 wounds each because of the Heavenfall Blade. First one is 3 wounds, so that's 1 guy dead. Next one's 3 wounds, and then that will kill a second one because regardless, he'll get at least 1. So that's 2 dead. Pretty good. So now I'm going to activate my Dreadnought. Re-rolling because of the Interrogator Chaplain there. All right, so that's 4 hits. That is 3 dead Orks, so that is the squad wiped. Now my opponent's going to activate his Pain Boy into my Chaplain here. Hitting on 4s. That's 3 hits. Pretty good. That is 2 wounds. 2 4-up invul saves. And I failed 1. I'm going to spend my last command point to reroll that. No, failed that. Do I get it back at least? I do get it back. But let's see. 2 damage. So he is dead. Now my Reavers are going to attack into his copter there. Rerolling 1s because they didn't move. All right. Toughness 5, right? So wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So we've still got 3 wounds there. 4 ups. Ooh, fails them all. All right, so now his Mega Knob is going to attack into my librarian. He's got the Shroud of Heroes, so that's -1 to hit. He's got the, what are they, power?
Kill saws.
Kill saws, so those are another -1 to hit. But he's within 6 of the WAAAAAAAAAAAAGGGGHHH, banner, so that's a +1 to hit. So he's going to be hitting on 4s. Okay, so that is 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. I do not have an invul save. It's AP what?
2 damage apiece. AP minus 4.
Is it AP minus 4? So that's 2 damage apiece. So he's down to 1 wound. Now my lieutenant over here is going to activate. That's 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of himself. So that is 2 wounds.
Pass both.
Pass both of them. All right, so now he's going to activate his big biker squad here. So we got 4 guys plus the knob with the power claw into my intercessor there, and then the 2 guys into my lieutenant over here. So the reds are going to be the power claws, blacks are the other guys, and the reds are the ones going into the lieutenant. All right.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s and 4s. All right. Wounding on 2s and 4s. All right. All right, so we've got 4 onto my lieutenant and then 4 onto my intercessor.
That's right.
So we got 4 into the intercessor. 3 ups, he's good. And then 4 into the lieutenant. He fails 2. And now my intercessor is going to attack back. It's 2 hits. That is 1 wound.
Oh, my bad.
Makes it with a 5. And now the smaller squad's going to attack. Power claws into my lieutenant. Intercessor's getting the 1 guy there. Blacks are the power claw. Hitting on 4s and 3s. All right. Wounding on 3s and 4s. 2s and 4s, I'm sorry. So you just got into the power claw. Looking for a 6-up. No, that goes through. D3. 1 damage. All right, and now his, and Zadsnark is now going to go into the Reavers over here. Hitting on 3s. Because he's at -1 because of Mind Wipe. Yeah. That's 3 wounds. AP -4, you said, right?
Right, yep.
So that is, and how many wounds each? Oh, it's D3. So the first one is 2. That's a dead Reaver. That's a dead Reaver. And 1 more. That is also a dead Reaver.
Kill that.
All right, so that is it for the fight phase. Onto the morale phase. His copters lost 2 guys, so 2 plus 2 is 4. They're good to go. And then his Mega Knob lost 2 guys, so 2 plus 6 is 8. So he lost, right? Yeah. He's out. So he ran away. And then my Hellblasters lost 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. They are good to go. So that is it for the morale phase. We will come back to you after a movement phase for the Orks here on turn. Oh, well, at the end of the turn, I scored this one with 2 points because of the lieutenant, and then I scored this one with for 1 point because of holding it there. So that's another 3 points for me at the end of my turn. So we'll come back to you after a movement phase for the Orks here on turn, turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Orks here on turn 3. These bikes all stayed in combat. His Pain Boy fell back out of combat to jump onto that objective. His Knob, right? Knob with the WAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA of all, or those are not his. Over here, his copter here fell back out of combat and flew over the intercessors there, and these copters moved up here. Zad Snark moved around over to here. Oh no, he didn't fall back. He was out of combat, and he just flew over the intercessors. I forgot. When I killed the Reavers, he wasn't within 1 inch. So that's where they stand. So that's it for movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, this knob here is going to fire into my Warlord there, hitting on 6s. Oh, of course he does, because of the Shroud of Heroes. So he got 1 wound, AP nothing, so 2 up save. He's good with a fill phase. Woo! We forgot to do this, so he's got 3 guys here that's on a 5 up. He dropped a bomb as he flew over them. 5 ups, gets 1, so 1 mortal wound. All right, these guys are going to fire their rockets into my Dreadnought over here. These are going to be hitting on 5s, getting 2 hits. Strength 8, wounding on 3s. That's 1 wound, AP minus 2. So 5 up save. No, goes through. And then it's 3 damage. So 3 6 ups. If I don't make 2 of these fill faces, he's dead. No, I don't make any of them. So he is dead. Does he explode? Don't do it, don't do it. No, he does not. All right, he's going to fire his rockets into the intercessors. No hits. Sad Snark's going to fire into the lieutenant, hitting on 6s because he's mind wiped. Getting 1. Getting 1 wound. No, failing a wound. All right, so you got 6 pistol shots going into here and 3 into him. Hitting on 5, so 1 into the lieutenant, and no, that's no wound. Now, that's it for shooting phase. Onto the assault phase. His knob's attacking, charging into my librarian. That is not a hit in Overwatch, and he is totally in. Now, Zad Snark's going to charge into my intercessors and my lieutenant, so we're going to go intercessors first. No hits. Lieutenant fell off. Nothing there. His charge distance is totally in. And then the copter's going to charge into both. He is in. And they're going to charge into both. And they are in. All right, so we're going to start over here. I did heroically intervene with my chaplain, but now his knob is going to attack into my librarian over here. So he's going to be -1 to hit, +1 to hit from himself because of the WAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAAA threes. Getting 1 wound. AP what?
No AP.
No AP. So looking for a 3-up save. He's good with a 5. Woo! All right, so now he's going to activate Zad Snark. He's going to put 4 attacks into the Lieutenant, 2 into the Intercessors. So Black is going to be the Lieutenant. These are going to be hitting on 3s because of the Mind Wipe. Pretty good. Wounding on 2s, right?
Yeah.
So how many wounds each?
D3.
D3 wounds each. So we got 1 and 1, AP -4, so they go through. So onto the Lieutenant. 3 wounds onto the Lieutenant, onto the Intercessor. 1 wound into the Intercessor. And now this copter's going to attack into Lieutenant. So it's D3, 2 D3, so it's going to be 3 attacks. Hitting on what's?
3s.
3, so that's 2 hits.
Wounding on 3s.
Wounding on 3, so that's 1 wound. AP nothing. 3-up save. Oh, I'm going to spend my last command point to reroll that. Yeah, with the filfers. Woo! Let me see if I get that back. No, I don't, so I'm out of command points now. And now to these guys. One of them is going to be attacking into the Lieutenant. The other 2 are attacking into the Intercessors. So we got 2d3 into the Lieutenant. It's going to be 5 attacks into the Lieutenant. and then 4d3, or so that's going to be 4 and 6, so 10, right? Wow, 10 attacks into my intercessors and 5 attacks into my lieutenant, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, pretty good. Wounding on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. So I got 3 into the lieutenant, looking for 3 ups. Oh, just failed the 1. Oh, that's killer. I needed him to survive so bad. And then 8 into the intercessors. 3 ups, right? Yep. Yeah, so 1 of them is dead. And now he's going to activate the 2-man squad here. So we got the 1 going into my intercessor, and then the power claw into my lieutenant. Oof, pretty good. 2s and all right, so it's 2 and 4. So we got 1 3-up save on the intercessor. He's good. And then we've got 2 6-up saves on the lieutenant. Show me them fill faces. No, I get neither. So regardless, even if I get 1 on both, which, oh, he almost did, but he is totally dead. And now my lieutenant, the sergeant here, is going to attack into the bigger squad there. That one's cocked, so that's 3 hits, no wounds. And now the big squad's going to attack into the intercessor over there, hitting on 3s and 4s. All right, wounding on 2s and what's its? All right, 4s. That's the word I'm looking for. What's its means 4s. So I've got 4 3-ups. Failed 2, so he's dead. And then he's going to attack back into the one with 1 wound left. That's 1 hit. Oh, no wound. Now I'm going to activate my librarian. That is rerolling because of the interrogator chaplain. 2 hits. 2 wounds, AP -3. Oh, those just go through, and D3 each. So that's 3 wounds onto the knob. So he's dead, right? Oh, he's still alive. He's got 1 wound left, so now my interrogator chaplain is going to attack in. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. So that's 2 hits. Squishing on 2s. That's 2 wounds, and he did. All right, so at the end of his turn, he scores 1 over here. 1 over here, so now it is for 2 points that turn, so it is 7-4 now. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 3. Movement phase, these tactical squad stood still over here. Intercessor stayed in combat over there. These Hellblasters and Ancient moved up over this way. They stood still on the objective here. My Melt Dude moved up over that way. Reavers stood where they were. Tactical squad back here stood where it was. So that's it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the psychic phase. Starting off the psychic phase, he's going to cast Trephination onto these guys. Does not go off. I get 1 free refill. Refill. Reroll because the Warlord trade, so I'm going to spend it right here. And I get it. So now this Trephination does go off. So now I roll 2d6. Or no, I do. I roll 2d6. And then minus their leadership, they take a mortal wound for each over that. 7, that's their leadership, so they are fine. And now he's going to smite them. Going off with 8. 3 damage. So now the Hellblaster squad's going to fire into them over here. They're not going to supercharge because I did move and I won't get to reroll 1s. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. That would have been a couple dead guys there. Strength 7, so wounding on 3s. All right, so we've got, so 3, 6, AP -3. So that's just going to go through, right? Yep. So that's going to be 3 dead bikers. Now the Ancient's going to fire into them. 2 hits. No wounds. My Melted Bro over here is going to fire into his Pain Boy over there. Not going to hit. Tactical squad in here is going to fire into the first squad that had 2 men. So we're going to go with the last cannon first. That's a hit. Whoop. That is a wound. AP -3 goes through, right?
Yes.
All right, so D6 damage. And now the bolters are going to fire into them. Rerolling 1s because they stood still. Wounding on 5s. And that last cannon bro here is going to fire into the first 2-man squad over there. That's a hit. That is a wound. AP -3, so it doesn't make a difference. There's 1 wound left. Oh, of course, now I rolled a 6. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. I'm not going to assault anyone, so we're going to go into the fight phase. He's going to attack into the one with the 1 wound left there, getting 1 hit. Rerolling 1s to hit because of the Grim Resolve, but back into a 1. Womp womp. And now Zad Snark's going to go in here, hitting on 3s. Wow, that mind wipe was awesome. That's 2 wounds, AP -4. He did. All right, so that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. On to the morale phase. The squad lost 5 guys from there, so 5 plus 5 is 10. So that squad is running. And that is it for the Dark Angel's turn here. So I got 2 points for holding that again with the same character over there. So that is up to 2. So I'm at, what is it? It's like 7 to 6 or something like that, I think. It's really close. So that'll be it for the Dark Angel's turn here. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Orks on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Orks here. Zad Snark's moving up this way, looking at my tactical bros up here. He stood back over there on that objective. These 3 choppers are looking up over here onto my characters in the middle. And the 1 lone biker is moving up towards the middle as well, and the Pain Boy is sticking back on that objective. Pretty smart. Tactical, almost. It's almost as if he's cunning and brutal. All right, starting with the shooting phase. The Pain Boy is going to fire into Melted Bro, hitting on 5s. That's 4 hits, pretty good. That's 3 wounds. And he failed 2 of them, he did. His biker here is going to fire into my Warlord. That is needing 6s because he's -1 to hit, so nothing there. Now these guys are going to fire into my Librarian, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. Strength 8, right? So that's a wound. AP -2 +1 because he's in cover there. So looking for a -2 +1, looking for a 4 up. No! And I failed it. So he is dead, and that is Slay the Warlord. So that's Snark shooting into the tactical bros, hitting on 6s because of mind wipe. Hey, there you go. That's what you do. That's how you overcome mind wipe. And that's 4 wounds, 4 2-ups because of being in cover. Make them all. All right, that's it for shooting. The copters here are going to charge into my Interrogator Chaplain. Overwatching. That is not a hit. And his charge, he is in. Now his biker with the Power Claw is going to try to charge in. I don't know if that's going to make it. Rerolling with Here We Go. And that will get him in. Now Zad Snark's going to charge into the tactical squad. We'll go with the last cannon first. No hit there. Then we're going to have the sergeant with his pistol. Nope, no hit there. And then we've got 3 guys with bolters. No hits there. His charge distance is totally in. And now Zad Snark's going to attack in over here. Hitting on 3s because of mind wipe. Wounding on 2s. That is 5 dead. They are wiped. So now the choppers are going to attack into my chaplain. 63 attacks. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 attacks. All right, these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 3s. We've got 5 wounds. 5 3-up saves. Ooh, failed 2 of them. All right, now the Power Claw from the biker there. Hitting on 4s. 1 hit. That is a wound. 4-up invul save. Yeah, he's good with a 4-up. Woo! Now my Interrogator Chaplain's going to fight back. He's going to put 2 into the biker, 3 and 1 into the copters there. So I'm going to have 2 into the biker. That's 2 hits. That is 2 wounds. AP -3. That goes through. So these are D3 each. 4 wounds. So he is dead. And then the 1 into the copters. That's 1 hit. That is a wound. AP -3, right? Goes through. So D3. 1 wound. All right, at the end of the turn, he scored 2 points for holding that one 2 in a row, and then he got this one over here, so it's another 3 points to him because my character in the middle there holds that objective. So that is it for the that is it for the Ork Turn here on turn, whatchamacallit, what is it, turn 4. So we're going to come back to you with movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Dark Angels. These guys moved up towards Zadsnark. He fell back out of combat, still within 3 of the objective there. These guys moved up towards here, and this tactical squad back here stood still. And that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase since my Psyker is dead. All right, starting off the shooting phase. They're going to shoot into Zadsnark over here. I am going to supercharge. So we're going to do these one at a time here. They did move, so they don't get to re-roll 1. So here we go. First one, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. All right, 1 hit and 1 dead. 2 more hits. 2 more hits. 2 more hits. 2 more hits. And 2 more hits. Fortune favors the bold, apparently. And now they're going to be wounded on 3s because of strength 8. Oh, that's a lot of 1s and 2s. Probably getting me back for saying fortune favors the bold. So that is going to be 3, 6, 7 at AP -4. Does he have an invul save?
No.
Nope. All right. So those are all go through at 2 damage each. So he is, yeah, he did. And that is going to be Slay the Warlord. Now, before I remove that 1 dead guy, let's see if he gets to fight again. He does. So he is going to fire into them over there. Rapid firing. 2 hits. 2 wounds, AP -4. What's their? That's going to be going through, so that's going to be 2 damage each. So that's just going to be killing that 1 guy. All right, last cannon from in here is going to fire into him. That's not a hit. And 3 bolters. Rerolling 1's to hit. 2 hits. That is 1 wound. And he takes it 6 up. No, he does take a wound. And then the 5 heavy pistols are firing into them. They did move, so I don't get to re-roll those. That's 2 hits. No wounds. Ancient's going to fire into them. 2 hits. 1, no wounds. All right, Assault Phase, they're going to charge into his copters over here. Overwatch. These are the number of shots he gets, right?
No, those are the rockets.
Oh, those are just the rockets that he gets to shoot back at me. So now these are going to be their charge distance. They are totally in. And now the 16 attacks going into here on the during the fight phase, hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of the interrogator chaplain there. All right, that's all hits. Pretty good. Strength toughness 5, right? So wounding on 5s. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds. 7 4-ups. Failing 5 of them, right? Yep, failing 5 of them. And now his attacks in here, 2d3 attacks. All right, so it's going to be 4 attacks coming in here. Hitting on 3s. That is 3 hits. 1 wound. Oh, 2 wounds to strength 5, sorry. Failed 2, so 1 is dead. And that is the end of the Dark Angel's turn here. So it is 11 to 10 orcs right now. So we'll see what happens here going into turn 5. All right, movement phase. He stood on the objective there. He flew over, fell back and flew over the chaplain there. And he moved up over here, so he's still within the objective there. And then he's over here closer to my chaplain. So that's it for the movement phase. Onto the shooting phase. There, he's going to fire. Oh, he's got to drop a bomb over here. So out of 5 up. No, so it doesn't cause a mortal wound onto my chaplain. But now he's going to shoot in the shooting phase with him into my reavers. So 2 shots hitting on 5s. No hits. He's going to fire both rockets into the chaplain since he's got the fly rule and can fire. No hits. And now the pain boy is going to fire into him, hitting on 5s. So that is 2 hits. No wounds there. So now he scores 1 point for here, and he scores 3 points for over here. And that is it for the Ork turn. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Dark Angels here on turn 5. Movement phase. These guys are going to stay, are moved up closer to him over here. These guys moved up around here. He fell back a little bit over here, and he is not mine. the tactical squad over here stood still in the building. So that is it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase, these guys are going to fire into his copter over there. I am not going to supercharge. They're just going to rapid fire. So hitting on 3s. They did move, so they don't get to reroll that. Strength 7, wounding on 3s. Oh boy. That's 2 wounds at AP -4.
He's got in cover, right? So,
Yeah.
Yep, 6s.
So it becomes 6s. No, so it goes through and he is dead. These guys, the Reavers are now going to fire into his copter over here. I'm going to fire, one's going to throw a crack grenade, hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on a 5. That's a wound. AP -1. No worries. -1. So it goes through, so he's down to 2 wounds. And now this tactical squad's going to fire into the Pain Boy. Last cannon first. That's a hit. That is a wound. AP -3. It's just going to go through. D6 wounds. 2 wounds. If he makes any 6s, he's okay. No, they go through and he is dead. Pistol from the Interrogator Chaplain. That's a hit. That is a wound. AP nothing. And he goes through. And the Ancient is going to fire into him. That's a hit. That is not a wound. So now my Reavers are going to assault into his chopter there. Copter there. 1 hit. That is a wound. Strength 8, right? AP -4. Oh, AP -2. So no, one is not going to save him. Straight 3 damage. So one of them is dead. But the others are in. All right, so now they're going to attack in. I'm not charging the chaplain because I need him in range of the objective there. So here come the attacks. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of the Interrogator Chaplain there. All right. Wounding on 5s. We've got 4 wounds. If he fails any of these... Oh, he failed just the 1, and he is dead. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a Dark Angel's victory because of a tabling. That was crazy close and good. He was winning on points because he was able, first turn, to just like jump up, get on those objectives, and he just kept wailing me back when I was on them. But yeah, that was super close game, super brutal game, a ton of fun. I always have fun when I play Marcus, but it was still a lot of fun, particularly for this game. And the new stratagems for the Dark Angels are awesome. They are awesome. I used a ton of them, and they always were helpful. They were always beneficial in everything that I got to use, which was awesome. Giving these guys +1 wound, +1 damage when they're supercharging, re-rolling 1s when they stood still. Blew up 1 truck, blew up the 2nd truck. Hell yeah, I love those guys now with the Dark Angels, with the ability to have the old world weapons of the Dark Age. Super awesome stratagem. Everything was just super awesome. I really enjoyed it. The relics that we have, my lieutenant that was over on here with the Heaven's Fall blade was brutal, and it was awesome. Being able to have 1+1 attack, D3 damage. Heck yeah, I like that a lot. So. Yeah, I think Dark Angels are going to be a major competitor now that we've got some stratagems working for us. Now that we can do some really, I think we can do some real damage. You know, the Azrael debuff is I mean, it still hits hard. It still hits close to my heart. That hurts, but I think we can overcome it. I think we'll be good. So that was. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Marcus, and until next time, have fun.